I still remember the exact moment my life broke. I stood in front of my girlfriend, my closest friends, and even my own mentor, hoping for support. Instead, I heard the word that would echo in my head for years: failure. She crossed her arms and stared at me like I was already gone. "Say something," I whispered, my voice shaking. "Tell them they're wrong." She didn't move. "I'm not going to lie for you," she said. "You've had chances. You wasted all of them." My chest tightened. "That's not true," I said. "I'm trying. You know I am." She let out a quiet laugh. "Trying isn't enough," she replied. "You'll never be anything." The words hit harder than anything else in that room. I looked around, searching for someone to step in. My best friend avoided my eyes. My mentor adjusted his watch like he didn't hear it. "Say something," I begged. "Please. You know me." He sighed and finally spoke. "You need to accept reality," he said. "Not everyone succeeds." I felt my throat burn. "So that's it?" I asked. "You're all just giving up on me?" "We're being honest," my girlfriend replied. "Someone had to say it." I shook my head. "No," I said. "You're not being honest. You're being cruel." "Call it whatever you want," she said. "It doesn't change the truth." Silence filled the room, heavy and suffocating. I swallowed hard. "Fine," I said quietly. "If that's what you think, then I won't stay." No one stopped me. That hurt the most. I walked to my room, my hands trembling. "You're really leaving?" she called from behind me. I paused. "Does it matter?" I asked. "You already decided who I am." She didn't answer. I packed my bag in silence, throwing in whatever I could grab. My phone lay on the bed. I kept looking at it, waiting for a message, a call, anything. Nothing came. "You're making a mistake," my mentor said from the doorway. I didn't turn around. "Maybe," I replied. "But at least it'll be my mistake." He stepped closer. "Running away won't fix anything." I zipped my bag. "Neither will staying where I'm not wanted." He went quiet. I picked up my phone and slipped it into my pocket. "You could still prove us wrong," he said. I turned to face him. "I don't need to prove anything to you," I said. "Not anymore." I walked past him, back into the living room. No one spoke. "That's it?" I asked, forcing a smile. "No goodbye." My best friend finally looked up. "Take care," he muttered. It felt empty. "Yeah," I said. "You too." I moved toward the door, my heart pounding. "Wait," she said suddenly. I stopped, hope rising for a second. "What?" I asked. She hesitated. "Just don't come back expecting things to change." The hope died instantly. "I won't," I said. "I'm not coming back for you." I opened the door, the cool night air hitting my face. "Then why come back at all?" she asked. I stepped outside. "I won't come back to prove you wrong," I said. "I'll come back to prove myself right." I closed the door behind me. The silence outside felt different, but it still hurt. I walked down the street, each step heavier than the last. My phone stayed quiet in my pocket. I checked it anyway. Nothing. "Good," I muttered. "I don't need them." The words felt weak, but I kept saying them. "I don't need them," I repeated. My voice steadied with each step. "I don't need them." I stopped under a dim streetlight and took a deep breath. "I'll be more," I said to myself. "I'll become someone they can't ignore." A small smile touched my lips. "Not for them," I added. "For me." I tightened my grip on my bag and started walking again, leaving everything behind. I didn't look back. I couldn't. If I did, I might stop. And I couldn't stop. Not anymore. I whispered one last promise into the quiet night. "I'll return," I said. "Not as the person you called a failure, but as someone who knows his worth." The wind carried my words forward, and for the first time that night, I felt something stronger than pain. I felt resolve. I kept walking into the darkness, holding on to that single truth. I would not stay broken. I would rebuild myself, piece by piece, until even I couldn't recognize the person I used to be. And when that day came, I wouldn't need their approval. I would already have my own. I walked on, carrying that thought like a flame inside my chest, refusing to let it die. No matter how cold the night became, I held on to it, knowing it was all I had left. I didn't think things could get worse after that night, but I was wrong. "Rooms 2 nights only," the clerk said, sliding the key across the counter. "After that, you pay again." "I will," I replied, forcing confidence I didn't feel. The room was small, the bed hard, the silence louder than anything. I sat down and pulled out my phone. No messages. "Of course," I muttered. The next morning, I walked into my first interview. "Tell me about yourself," the man asked. I'm hardworking, I said quickly. I learn fast and he raised a hand. Experience? He asked. I hesitated. Not much, but I can. We need someone ready, he interrupted. We'll call you. I nodded. Thank you. They never called. By the third day, my money was running low. You staying again? The clerk asked. Not today, I replied quietly. I stepped back onto the street with my bag. Figure it out, I whispered to myself. I tried another place. We're not hiring, the woman at the desk said before I could finish speaking. Please, I said. Anything. I just need a chance. She shook her head. Try somewhere else. I walked out, my stomach empty. Food later, I told myself. Work first. But work didn't come. Days blurred together. Cheap tea became my only meal. You look tired, a voice said one evening. I turned and saw an old man by a small cart. Sit, he said. You'll fall if you keep walking like that. I hesitated. I don't have money. He waved his hand. Sit anyway. Saturday, what's your name? He asked. Does it matter? I replied. He smiled. It always matters. It's me, I said quietly. He chuckled. Everyone is me. Try again. I sighed. I'm trying to survive. He nodded slowly. That's honest. He handed me a small plate. Eat. I stared at it. Why? I asked. Because you need it, he said simply. I took a bite, my hands shaking. Thank you. I'm Rafik, he said. I've seen many like you. I looked at him. Like me? He nodded. Lost. Angry. Hungry. I let out a weak laugh. That obvious? Very, he said. What happened? I hesitated, then spoke. They called me a failure. He didn't react. And, he asked. And, maybe they're right, I admitted. He leaned closer. Listen carefully, he said. People only respect results. I frowned. That's it. I asked. That's the truth, he replied. No one cares about your struggle. Only what you show. I looked down at my hands. Then I have nothing to show. Not yet, he said. His words stayed with me. The next day I tried again. We'll let you know, another interviewer said. Please, I said. I'll work harder than anyone. He shook his head. We've heard that before. I walked out, anger rising. What do they want? I muttered. I tried selling small items on the street. Too expensive, a customer said. I can lower it, I replied. Not worth it, he said, walking away. By evening I had sold nothing. Bad day. Rafik asked when I returned. Every day is bad, I replied. He handed me tea. Then make one day different. I shook my head. I've tried everything. No, he said. You've tried and stopped. I looked at him. What's the difference? Results, he said. I sighed. Easy for you to say. He smiled. I started here with nothing. I leaned back. So did I. Then keep going, he said. Days turned into weeks. Failure followed me everywhere. We don't trust new people, one man told me. Sorry. I understand, I said even though I didn't. You again? Another shop owner said. I told you no. I thought maybe, no, he repeated. I walked away, my chest heavy. That night I sat alone. Was she right? I whispered. Am I really a failure? The question echoed in my mind. I closed my eyes. Maybe I am, I said. But something inside pushed back. No, I argued with myself. You're not done. But look at you, another voice answered. No job, no money, nothing. Not nothing, I said aloud. I still have time. The next morning I stood up again. Back already? Rafik asked. Yeah, I said. I'm not quitting. He nodded. Good. I took a deep breath. I don't know how I'll win, I admitted. But I know I won't stay like this. He smiled. That's enough for now. I looked ahead at the busy street. One step, I said. Just one step. And for the first time since everything fell apart, I believed it might lead somewhere. I'm not coming back tomorrow. Then don't, she said. I stopped walking. That's it? No convincing? No, she replied. Because if I have to convince you, you're already weak. I turned around slowly. You don't know what I've been through. You keep saying that, she said. But I don't see anything changing. I clenched my fist. I'm trying. No, she said sharply. You're surviving. There's a difference. I looked away. That hit somewhere deeper than I expected. Say it, she pushed. Say what? That you're tired of failing. I stayed quiet. She stepped closer. Say it. I'm tired, I admitted, my voice low. Good, she said. Now we're getting somewhere. I frowned. You think this is a game? No, she said. I think you've been playing one. What does that even mean? I snapped. It means you keep waiting for things to change instead of forcing them to. I shook my head. You make it sound easy. I didn't say easy, she replied. I said simple. I laughed bitterly. Nothing about my life is simple. Then make one thing simple, she said. Start small. I hesitated. Like what? She crossed her arms. What can you do right now that has value? Nothing, I said quickly. Wrong, she replied. I looked at her. You don't know that. I know you're not useless, she said. You're just undisciplined. The word stung. Say it again, I said. Undisciplined, she repeated. I exhaled slowly. So what? I just fixed that overnight? No, she said. You fix it daily. I rubbed my face. I don't even know where to start. She handed me a notebook. Write one thing. One thing. One skill, she said. Something real. Something useful. I stared at the blank page. Why is this so hard? I muttered. Because you've spent too long thinking instead of doing, she replied. I wrote something down, unsure. Done, I said. She glanced at it. Good. Now tomorrow you learn it. And if I fail? I asked. You will, she said. I looked up. That's supposed to motivate me? No, she replied. It's supposed to prepare you. I shook my head. You're impossible. And you're still here, she said. I didn't have a comeback. The next day I showed up again. You came, she said. Don't sound surprised, I replied. I am, she said. Most people don't. I ignored that. Now what? Show me what you learned, she said. I hesitated. It's not perfect. I didn't ask for perfect, she replied. I explained, stumbling halfway through. Stop, she said. I froze. What? You're rushing, she said. Why? Because I don't want to mess up, I replied. You already are, she said calmly. I stared at her. Helpful. Slow down, she said. Understand it. Then explain it. I took a breath and tried again. This time it made more sense. Better, she said. That one word felt different. Days passed. You're late, she said one morning. 5 minutes, I replied. 5 minutes becomes a habit, she said. I sighed. It won't happen again. Good, she said. I started working longer hours. This is exhausting, I said one evening. Then stop, she replied. I looked at her. You know I won't. Exactly, she said. I sat back. Why are you doing this? Because I've seen people like you before, she said. And? I asked. They either quit, she said, or they change. I looked down at my hands. I don't want to be the same, I said quietly. Then don't be, she replied. Simple. Not easy, but simple. Weeks passed and something shifted. I didn't think I'd stick with this, I admitted one day. But you did, she said. I almost quit, I added. But you didn't, she repeated. I smiled slightly. You always do that. Do what? Focus on what matters, I said. She nodded. You're learning. I leaned back. I don't think about them as much anymore. Good, she said. I used to want to prove them wrong, I admitted. And now, she asked. I thought for a moment. Now I just want to get better, I said. She smiled faintly. That's the first real change. I looked at my work again. I still feel like I'm behind, I said. You are, she replied. I laughed. Wow. But at least now you're moving, she added. I nodded slowly. For the first time I didn't feel stuck. I think I get it now, I said. Get what? She asked. It's not about where I am, I said. It's about where I'm going. She crossed her arms. And where are you going? I looked straight ahead. Forward, I said. I'm thinking of starting something, I told Sana, staring at the notes in my hands. Thinking or doing? She asked. Doing, I corrected. Good, she said. What's the plan? Small service first, I replied. Low cost, real value. She nodded. And funding? I don't have any, I admitted. Then you start with what you have, she said. Skill and time. I took a breath. It won't be easy. It's not supposed to be, she replied. The first weeks were brutal. No clients yet? She asked one evening. None, I said. Just rejections. Good, she said. I frowned. How is that good? You're learning, she replied. I didn't feel like I was learning. I'm tired, I admitted. Then rest, she said. But don't quit. I didn't quit. I kept going. Your price is too high, one potential client told me. I can adjust, I said quickly. Your experience is low, he added. I'll prove myself, I replied. He shook his head. Not now. I walked away, frustration building. Another no, I muttered. That night I barely slept. Maybe I'm forcing this, I whispered to myself. The next day I met Sana again. Doubt is normal, she said. It feels heavier than normal, I replied. Then carry it better, she said. I kept working. Slowly things shifted. All right, a client said finally. I'll give you a chance. Thank you, I said, trying not to sound desperate. Don't thank me yet, he replied. Deliver first. I worked all night. This has to be perfect, I told myself. When I sent the work, my hands shook. It's good, he said the next day. Good? I asked. Better than expected, he admitted. Relief hit me. So, we continue? We continue, he confirmed. That was my first win. Small but real. See. Sana said. Results. I nodded. Results. More work followed, slowly at first. You're improving, she told me. I feel it, I said. But it wasn't smooth. You promised delivery, a client snapped. I need one more day, I said. That's not acceptable, he replied. I'll fix it, I insisted. I worked without sleep, correcting every mistake. Never again, I told myself. Money was still tight. We need to scale, I said to Sana. Careful, she replied. Growth without control destroys you. I nodded, but pressure kept building. One evening, a familiar voice stopped me. You've changed. I turned. Ollie? He smiled. It's been a while. Yeah, I said slowly. It has. He looked around. I heard you're building something. I am, I replied. Alone? He asked. For now, I said. He nodded. You don't have to be. I narrowed my eyes. Why are you here? To help, he said. I crossed my arms. Why would you help me? Because I believe in what you're doing, he replied. I studied him. You didn't believe in me before. He sighed. I was wrong. Silence stretched between us. I need someone I can trust, I said. Then test me, he replied. I hesitated. This could destroy everything. Or build it faster, he said. I thought about it all night. The next day I faced Sana. Ollie wants to join. And, she asked. I don't know if I should trust him, I admitted. She looked at me. Do you trust yourself? Yes, I said. Then make the decision, she replied. I found Ollie later. All right, I said. He looked up. All right. You're in, I confirmed. He smiled. You won't regret it. I hope not, I replied. We started working together immediately. This process is inefficient, Ollie said. Then fix it, I replied. He grinned. I like this version of you. We argued often. You're being too cautious, he said. And you're being reckless, I shot back. Risk creates growth, he argued. Smart risk, I corrected. Despite the clashes, we improved. Another client signed, Ollie said one day. Good, I replied. Keep them satisfied. Days turned into months. We're growing, he said. I see it, I replied. The numbers slowly climbed. This is bigger than I expected, he admitted. It's just the beginning, I said. Recognition started coming. I've heard about your work, a new client said. That's good to hear, I replied calmly. Inside I felt the shift. You're different now, Ollie said one evening. How? I asked. Quieter, he said. But stronger. I thought about that. I've learned, I said. I remembered the nights of doubt, the hunger, the rejection. They don't see what it took, I said. They don't need to, he replied. They see the result. I smiled slightly. Results. More milestones followed. We hit our target, Ollie said. Set a new one, I replied. I didn't celebrate much. I stayed focused. Don't you feel proud? He asked. I feel ready, I said. He laughed. You've become dangerous. Maybe, I replied. I looked at everything we built. The struggle hadn't disappeared, but I had changed. I'm not the same person anymore, I said quietly. Good, Ollie replied. That person wouldn't have made it. I nodded. The boy they called a failure was gone. In his place I felt something stronger. Keep going, I told myself. And this time I knew I would. Next candidate is here, Ollie said, glancing at the schedule. Send them in, I replied, keeping my voice steady. I didn't look up at first. Have a seat, I said, reviewing the file in front of me. Thank you, a familiar voice answered. My hand froze. No, it couldn't be. I slowly lifted my eyes. It was her. Aisha. She sat across from me, unaware, adjusting her sleeve nervously. Your name? I asked, even though I already knew. Aisha, she said softly. My chest tightened. Full name? I pressed. She repeated it, her voice slightly shaking. I leaned back, studying her. She looked different. Tired. Less certain. You're here for the position? I asked. Yes, she replied. I saw the opening. I nodded. Tell me about your experience. She took a breath. I've worked in client handling and operations. I adapt quickly. Her confidence wasn't the same. Why did you leave your last job? I asked. She hesitated. Company downsizing, she said. Only that. I asked calmly. She looked down. And, personal reasons. Silence filled the room for a moment. Look at me, I said. She slowly lifted her eyes and froze. Recognition hit her instantly. You, she whispered. I didn't respond. Her face lost color. I didn't know. Clearly, I said. She looked away again. I didn't expect. Life rarely asks for expectations, I interrupted. She swallowed hard. You're the owner? Yes, I said simply. Silence crashed between us. I can leave, she said quickly. Sit, I replied. She hesitated, then sat back down. My heart was racing, but I kept my face calm. So, I said, folding my hands. You're applying for a job. Yes, she replied quietly. Why here? I asked. She took a moment. Because I need it. Honest. I nodded slightly. And what can you offer? I'll work hard, she said. I've learned a lot. Her words echoed something from the past. I've heard that before, I said. She flinched. I'm not the same person, she added quickly. Neither am I replied. Another silence. Heavier this time. I didn't mean what I said back then, she said suddenly. I raised an eyebrow. Which part? Her voice broke slightly. All of it. I leaned forward. You called me a failure. She closed her eyes for a second. I know. You said I'd never be anything, I continued. I was wrong, she whispered. I watched her carefully. I was angry, she said. And frustrated. I didn't understand you. That's convenient, I replied. I'm not making excuses, she said quickly. It sounds like it, I said. She shook her head. I regret it. Regret doesn't change the past, I said. I know, she replied. Her hands trembled slightly. I've had time to think, she continued. A lot of time. And? I asked. And I realized I judged you too early, she said. I let out a quiet breath. You didn't just judge me, I said. You dismissed me. She nodded slowly. Yes. And now you're here, I added. Yes, she said again. Why should I hire you? I asked. She looked at me, her eyes filled with something I couldn't fully read. Because I won't run from hard things anymore, she said. I stayed silent. And because I know what it feels like to lose everything, she added. That hit deeper than I expected. You think you know? I asked quietly. I do, she said. I studied her face. There was no arrogance left. I'm not asking for sympathy, she continued. Just a chance. A chance. The same thing I once begged for. Ironic, I said. She gave a small, sad smile. It is. I stood up and walked to the window, needing space. Memories rushed back, her voice, her words that night. You'll never be anything. I clenched my fist. I deserve whatever you decide, she said behind me. I turned around. Do you? She didn't answer immediately. Yes, she said finally. I walked back to my desk and sat down. This company wasn't given to me, I said. I built it. I can see that, she replied. No one believed in me, I continued. She lowered her gaze. I know. I had nothing, I said. And now you have everything, she said softly. I shook my head. Not everything. She looked up. What do you mean? I have control, I said. That's enough. She nodded slowly. The room felt heavier with every second. I never thought I'd see you again, she admitted. Neither did I replied. And definitely not like this, she added. Like what? I asked. She hesitated. Like, this version of you. I leaned back. People change. Yes, she said. They do. Silence settled again. For the first time I saw it clearly. The power had shifted. She felt it too. I'm sorry, she said one more time. I looked at her, really looked this time. The girl who once broke me now sat in front of me, uncertain and small. And I wasn't the same person anymore. I sat alone after she left, staring at the empty chair. So that's how it feels, I muttered. My chest was tight, not with weakness, but with something heavier. You finally have the power, I said to myself. Now what? The door opened. You look like you're fighting yourself, Sana said. I am, I replied. She closed the door behind her. Tell me. I leaned back. She came in today. Who? She asked. Aisha, I said quietly. Sana paused. The one who called you a failure? Yes, I replied. And, she asked. She didn't know it was my company, I said. Not at first. Sana crossed her arms. And when she found out? She couldn't even look at me, I said. Sana studied my face. What are you feeling? Everything, I admitted. Anger, satisfaction, confusion. She nodded. That makes sense. I can reject her, I said. End it right there. You can, she agreed. Or I can make her feel what I felt, I added. Sana didn't react immediately. Say it, I pressed. Revenge feels good for a moment, she said slowly. Power lasts longer. I exhaled. So you think I should just let it go? I think you should decide who you are now, she replied. I looked away. She hurt me. I know, she said. But this isn't about her anymore. I stayed silent. Do you want to be defined by that moment? She asked. No, I said. Then don't act like it still controls you, she replied. Her words hit deep. I need more information, I said finally. Then get it, she replied. Later that day I called Ali. I need a background check, I said. On who? He asked. Aisha, I replied. He paused. That serious? Yes, I said. All right, he said. I'll look into it. The wait felt longer than it should have. The next day Ali walked into my office. I found some things, he said. Tell me, I replied. He sat down. Her last company collapsed, he began. Why? I asked. Bad management, he said. She tried to hold things together, but it didn't work. I listened carefully. She's been jumping between short-term jobs, he continued. Unstable, I said. Very, he confirmed. What about her personal life? I asked. Ali hesitated. Her family depends on her, he said. I frowned. Depends how? Financially, he replied. She's the only one earning. That shifted something inside me. She's desperate, Ali added. I leaned back. I see. What are you thinking? He asked. I don't know yet, I admitted. He nodded. Just be careful. After he left, I sat in silence again. She's struggling, I said to myself. And, another voice inside me answered. And I struggled too, I said. I remembered the nights I had nothing. Did anyone help you? That voice pushed. No, I replied. The thought lingered. The next day she stood in front of me again. You wanted to see me? She asked. Yes, I said. Sit. She sat, her posture tense. I looked into your background, I said. She nodded slowly. I expected that. Your situation isn't stable, I continued. No, she admitted. Your family depends on you, I added. Her eyes widened slightly. Yes. Silence filled the space. Why didn't you mention that? I asked. I didn't want sympathy, she said. I studied her. Or you didn't want to seem weak? Maybe both, she replied. I leaned forward. You apologized yesterday. I meant it, she said quickly. Did you? I asked. She held my gaze this time. Yes. Or are you just saying what you need to survive? I pressed. Her expression tightened. Does it matter? She asked quietly. That caught me off guard. It matters to me, I said. She took a breath. Then yes, I mean it, she said. But I also need this job. Honest again. I won't lie to you, she continued. I am desperate. I felt the weight of her words. But that doesn't erase what I said before, she added. I was wrong. I leaned back, watching her carefully. You have every reason to reject me, she said. I do, I replied. And if you do, I'll accept it, she added. Silence stretched between us. This is bigger than you, I said slowly. She frowned. What do you mean? This is about me, I said. About who I choose to be. She didn't respond. I can hurt you, I continued. Easily. She nodded. I know. And part of me wants to, I admitted. She looked down. I understand. I took a deep breath. But another part of me, I paused. She looked up again. What? Doesn't need to, I finished. The room felt still. This choice defines me, I said quietly. She stayed silent, waiting. And for the first time I realized, this moment wasn't about revenge. It was about power. I looked at her file one more time before calling her in. This isn't kindness, I muttered to myself. This is a test. The door opened. You wanted to see me? She asked. Yes, I said. Sit. She sat, her posture straight but tense. I've made a decision, I said. She held her breath. Okay. I'm giving you a chance, I continued. Her eyes widened slightly. Thank you. Don't thank me yet, I said quickly. This won't be easy. I understand, she replied. I'm not doing this out of kindness, I added. She nodded. I didn't expect you to. I want results, I said. Nothing else. You'll have them, she said. I leaned forward. We'll see. I handed her the first assignment. This needs to be done by tomorrow. She looked at it. That's a lot. Too much. I asked. She shook her head. No. I'll do it. Good, I said. You can go. She stood up. I won't disappoint you. I didn't respond. The next day she returned. It's done, she said, placing the work in front of me. I flipped through it. You missed a detail here, I pointed out. I'll fix it, she said immediately. No excuses? I asked. No, she replied. I watched her closely. Fix it and bring it back. She nodded. Right away. She didn't argue. She didn't complain. That caught my attention. Days passed. This report is late, I said one morning. 10 minutes, she replied. It's almost ready. Almost isn't enough, I said. I'll finish it now, she said. She worked without looking up. I crossed my arms. You're under pressure. I know, she replied. And? I asked. I'll handle it, she said simply. No frustration. No attitude. Just focus. Later, Ollie walked into my office. You hired her, he said. I did, I replied. He frowned. Are you sure that's a good idea? She's just an employee, I said. He leaned against the desk. It's never just that. I'm in control, I replied. Be careful, he warned. Don't get pulled back. I won't, I said firmly. He studied me. I've seen this before. This is different, I insisted. Is it? He asked. I didn't answer. He sighed. Just remember why you started. I haven't forgotten, I said. He nodded slowly. Good. Work continued. This client is difficult, she said one afternoon. Handle it, I replied. They keep changing requirements, she added. Adapt, I said. She took a breath. All right. She walked out without another word. I watched her through the glass. She stayed late. Every night. Go home, I told her once. Not until this is done, she replied. It can wait, I said. I can't, she answered. I paused. Why? Because I said I'd deliver, she said. Simple. Direct. I stepped back. Finish it, I said. Days turned into weeks. She's consistent, Ollie admitted one evening. I know, I said. She hasn't complained once, he added. I've noticed, I replied. He looked at me. And nothing, I said. But that wasn't true. Something was changing. You've improved, I told her one day. Thank you, she said quietly. You're more disciplined now, I added. I had to be, she replied. I studied her. Why? She hesitated. Because I can't afford to fail again. Her words felt familiar. Neither could I said. She nodded. I know. Silence settled between us. Keep working, I said finally. I will, she replied. The company kept growing. New deal confirmed, Ollie said, smiling. Good, I replied. You're becoming a known name, he added. That doesn't matter, I said. It does, he argued. People respect you now. I thought about Rafiq's words. People respect results, I said quietly. Ali nodded. Exactly. I leaned back. We're not done yet. We're just getting started, he agreed. Everything was moving forward. But inside, something stayed unsettled. One evening I called her in again. Sit, I said. She sat calm as always. You've handled everything I gave you, I said. I tried my best, she replied. You did more than that, I admitted. She looked surprised. Thank you. I watched her carefully. Why didn't you complain? She frowned slightly. Would it have helped? No, I said. Then there was no point, she replied. I leaned back. You've changed. So have you, she said. I didn't deny it. Do you still hate me? She asked suddenly. The question hung in the air. I don't know, I said honestly. She nodded. That's fair. I looked at her, really looked. This wasn't the same person from before. Or maybe I wasn't the same. Karma, I muttered under my breath. What? She asked. Nothing, I said. But the thought stayed. Was this karma? Or was this something else entirely? I didn't expect the past to speak again, but it did. You still think you know the full story? A voice asked behind me. I turned. Zara? I said, surprised. She nodded. It's been a while. I crossed my arms. What are you doing here? She stepped closer. Fixing something I should have fixed earlier. I frowned. What does that mean? She looked at me carefully. You think Aisha left because you failed, right? She said it herself, I replied. Yes, Zara said. But that's not the whole truth. My chest tightened. Then say it. She hesitated. Her family was pressuring her, she said. About what? I asked. Money. Stability. Status, she replied. I scoffed. So I wasn't enough. It wasn't that simple, she said. It never is. I stepped closer. Then explain it properly. She took a breath. Someone you trusted made it worse. I froze. Who? I asked. She looked away. Your mentor? She said quietly. The words hit hard. No, I said. That doesn't make sense. He convinced her you'd never succeed, she continued. He pushed her to leave before she wasted more time. I shook my head. Why would he do that? Control, she replied. He didn't want you to grow beyond him. I felt anger rise again. And she listened? I asked. She was scared, Zara said. And confused. I laughed bitterly. So she chose to break me instead. Zara didn't respond immediately. She thought she was protecting herself, she said. At your expense, I replied. Yes, she admitted. Silence filled the space. Why are you telling me this now? I asked. Because you deserve the truth, she said. And because she's been carrying this guilt ever since. I looked away. That doesn't change what happened. No, Zara agreed. But it changes why it happened. I exhaled slowly. I need to hear it from her, I said. Zara nodded. Then ask her. That evening I called Aisha into my office. You wanted to see me? She asked. Yes, I said. Close the door. She did. Sit, I added. She sat, her expression cautious. I spoke to Zara today, I said. Her face changed instantly. You did? Yes, I replied. She told me everything. A long silence followed. Is it true? I asked. Her hands tightened. What exactly did she say? She asked quietly. That your family pressured you, I said. And that my mentor convinced you I'd never succeed. Her eyes filled with emotion. So it's true, I said. She didn't answer. Look at me, I said. She slowly lifted her gaze. Tell me the truth, I pressed. Her voice broke. Yes. The word hung heavy in the air. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. She shook her head. I didn't know how, she said. That's not an answer. I was scared, she admitted. Of what? I demanded. Of being wrong, she said. Of choosing you and losing everything. I stared at her. So you chose to leave instead. Tears rolled down her cheeks. I thought it was the right decision, she said. At the time. And now? I asked. She looked down. Now I know I was wrong. I clenched my jaw. You let someone else decide my worth. I know, she whispered. And I regret it every day. I walked to the window trying to process everything. He told me you'd fail, she continued behind me. He said you had no direction. I laughed bitterly. And you believed him. I didn't want to, she said. But everything felt uncertain. I turned back. So you took the easy path. It wasn't easy, she said. It destroyed me too. I paused. Did it? I asked. She nodded. I lost more than I gained, she said. I lost trust in myself. Her words felt different now. Why didn't you ever come back? I asked. Because I was ashamed, she replied. I didn't deserve to. Silence filled the room again. You hurt me, I said quietly. I know, she replied. And I can't undo that. I studied her face. The arrogance was gone. Only regret remained. I hated you for a long time, I admitted. She nodded. You had every right to. I exhaled slowly. But now, I paused. Now I see something else. She looked up. What? A mistake, I said. Not a villain. Tears fell again. That doesn't make it okay, she said. I know, I replied. The scars are still there. She nodded. They should be. I leaned back against the desk. This changes things, I said. How? She asked. I looked at her. It doesn't erase the past, I said. But it explains it. She stayed silent. And maybe, I added, it changes how I see you. She took a shaky breath. I don't expect forgiveness, she said. Good, I replied. Because I'm not there yet. She nodded. I understand. I watched her for a moment. For the first time, I didn't see the person who broke me. I saw someone flawed. Just like me. I sat in my office staring at the city outside. This is it, I whispered to myself. No more delays. I picked up my phone. Send Aisha in, I said. A few minutes later she knocked. You wanted to see me? Yes, I replied. Come in. She stepped inside, closing the door behind her. Is everything okay? She asked. Sit, I said. She sat, her eyes searching mine. You sound serious. I am, I said. Silence filled the room for a moment. I've been thinking, I continued. About what? She asked. About everything, I said. About the past. About you. About me. She stayed quiet. I carried that night with me for a long time, I said. I know, she replied softly. It shaped me, I added. More than I realized. She nodded. I can see that. I looked at her directly. I used to think my success was about proving you wrong. Her expression tightened. And now? Now I know it wasn't, I said. She waited. It was about proving myself right, I continued. A small breath left her lips. That makes sense. I built everything without you, I said. I know, she replied. And I don't regret that, I added. She lowered her gaze. You shouldn't. I leaned forward slightly. But I also realized something else. She looked up again. What? I don't hate you anymore, I said. The words hung between us. Her eyes widened. You don't? No, I replied. I don't. Tears filled her eyes, but she didn't speak. That anger kept me going, I said. But I don't need it now. She swallowed hard. I never expected to hear that. I didn't expect to say it, I admitted. Silence followed, heavy but different. Does that mean? She started, then stopped. No, I said gently. She looked confused. No. It doesn't mean everything is fixed, I explained. Her shoulders dropped slightly. I understand. The past can't be undone, I said. I know, she replied. And some things don't go back to what they were, I added. She nodded slowly. They shouldn't. I watched her for a moment. But holding on to that pain doesn't help me anymore. So you're letting it go, she said. Yes, I replied. Not for you. She looked down. For yourself. Exactly, I said. She took a deep breath. Thank you. I shook my head. Don't thank me. Why not? She asked. Because this isn't a gift, I said. It's a decision. She nodded. It still matters. I leaned back in my chair. What happens next is simple. She straightened slightly. Okay. You keep working, I said. You keep proving yourself. I will, she replied. And I keep moving forward, I added. She gave a small, sad smile. That's fair. I stood up. This doesn't erase anything. I don't expect it to, she said. But it ends something, I continued. She looked at me. What? The hold the past had on me, I said. Her eyes softened. That's important. It is, I agreed. Silence settled one last time. This feels heavier than any success I've had, I admitted. She nodded. Because it matters more. I took a deep breath. You can go now. She stood up slowly. Thank you, for being honest. I didn't respond. She walked to the door then paused. I'm sorry, she said quietly. I looked at her. I know. She nodded once and left. The door closed softly behind her. I stood there, alone again but not the same. For the first time I felt free. I stood in my office looking out at everything I had built. This used to feel impossible, I said quietly to myself. Ollie walked in. Talking to yourself again? He asked. Thinking, I replied. He smiled. Big difference. I turned to him. Do you remember where I started? He nodded. I do. You had nothing. And now? I asked. Now you've built something real, he said. I looked around. It's more than a company. I know, he replied. It's you. I let that sink in. I'm not the same person anymore. That's obvious, he said. I laughed softly. Good. He leaned against the desk. You've changed in a good way. I had to, I replied. He nodded. So what now? Now we grow, I said. He smiled. Of course we do. After he left, I sat down for a moment. The door knocked lightly. Come in, I said. Aisha stepped inside. You wanted to review the report? Yes, I replied. Sit. She sat, placing the file in front of me. I made the changes you suggested. I opened it and scanned through. Better? I said. She nodded. I'm trying to improve. I can see that, I replied. She looked at me carefully. Thank you, for the opportunity. I paused. You're earning it, I said. That mattered more than anything. I know I have a long way to go, she added. We all do, I replied. She gave a small smile. That's fair. I closed the file. Keep going like this. I will, she said. She stood up. Is there anything else? No, I replied. She hesitated for a second. I'm glad things aren't the same anymore. I looked at her. They're not. She nodded. And maybe that's a good thing. It is, I said. She smiled slightly then walked out. The door closed behind her, but this time it didn't feel heavy. We weren't what we used to be. But we weren't enemies either. I leaned back in my chair, taking a slow breath. Funny how things change, I said to myself. I remembered that night clearly, the words, the silence, the pain. Failure, I whispered. It didn't hurt the same anymore. Felt different now. Thank you, I said quietly, not to anyone in the room but to that moment. Because without it, none of this would exist. I stood up and walked toward the window again. This is just the beginning, I said. The journey hadn't been easy. It had broken me, tested me, and forced me to grow. But it also gave me something stronger than success. It gave me control. It gave me clarity. And most importantly, it gave me myself. I wasn't the broken person who walked away years ago. I was someone new. Someone stronger. Someone who understood his own worth. I looked out at the world one last time and smiled. Being called a failure was the best thing that ever happened to me.